Peace to you all. Good afternoon, beautiful day to you. A little bit stressed out, and I believe it'd be best if I just go head on to the park and go for a ride. And the last two times that I went, I did 20 miles one day and 15 the other. And my scrotum, or that area in between it and my ass crack, hurt. Not because my seat is not well cushioned, but because those were some long rides, and it probably wasn't wise to do them back to back. Now, speaking of wisdom, the purpose of my post today is silence. And basically, I put my mic down because there's a cop ahead, and I'm like, oh, I don't have no phone in my hand. It's a mic. It doesn't say I can't mic up while I'm driving. It just says don't have your freaking hand in your phone in your hand. A lot of communication is troubled because the listening party isn't there to actually hear, right? They are listening in preparation for a response. A lot of times when you're telling someone something about your goals, about your accomplishments, about your secrets, about drama, anything, right? First and foremost, it is designated for that person, right? You're supposed to be able to confide in that person without them sharing your information, right? That's one aspect. But the other is that they don't always have to respond. And most people, for whatever reason, no matter what you're telling them, it seems like they always have like a response of some type of like lecture or fake wisdom. And most of them are absent-minded or just brain dead. I'm like, I'm telling you about something that I haven't done before, but that I also know that you haven't done before. So how the fuck you gonna give me some insight on some shit that I'm about to be soon to be able to provide insight on? I didn't come to you, talking to you, looking for a lecture. And this is why so many people go to therapy, because then you get to express yourself to someone who doesn't necessarily have an opinion and also won't always necessarily respond to what's being said, right? Unless with something that's going to help you grow as a person, right? I'm saying all of that to say, man, listen. All right, if you want to be savvy in communication and you want to be heard and understood, first thing you need to do is be able to hear and understand. You need to be able to shut the fuck up, man. A lot of times we ain't got to say shit. Somebody be like, God damn it, I'm on my period, and it hurt. You think Midol is the answer, like your bitch ain't already bought some of that shit before. And she just wanted to tell somebody, God, this shit hurt. And your best answer should and could be, yo, I dig that. Because most of us are just looking for support. When we talk, we're looking for people to hear us and understand us. We ain't looking for yes men. It's just for every occasion, there's not always a response required. One of the best forms of communication, from what I learned in that book and from what I've experienced through life, is to not communicate at all when someone is trying to tell you something, unless they say, like, what's your opinion on that? What do you think about that? Do you believe you could help me with this? That is your cue. But if someone says to you, and this is what my situation, I have a warrant out of town, and I'm about to go over the road as a trucker. And one of the bad things about going over the road is I might just cross paths with the state that I have a warrant in. Now, the warrant is not national, right? But they do have surrounding states, meaning if I go to this state or that state, then they'll pick me up in those states as well. So I concluded that, well, what I'll do is I'll go, over the road, and I'll just avoid those states best way possible, right? But I also was stating that, well, I'm about to come into a little bit more money too. I'm gonna just go ahead and lawyer up. So before I go on the road, if I can get this behind me, then even better. And so the response was, which I wasn't looking for, it was about to be listen to wisdom. But you know how you can tell when somebody about to set up to tell you not to do something? And my response was, I wasn't looking to be lectured or told what not to do, man. I was just letting you know, like, yo, these are the courses I'm about to take. And everything has been going in my favor, like lately, for the past 2 years. And this will too, because I've come up with a way out for it. I'm about to lawyer up. I'm not just about to be riding across the country in a commercial vehicle with warrants. Trying to make money on the run, that's crazy as shit. But they didn't hear me. to listen. And so they came with a fucking response that proved they didn't hear about a goddamn thing I was saying. But more importantly, even if I didn't say that I was about to lawyer up, I was definitely saying that I am going over the road and I have made a decision on it. And in that case, I'm not looking for nobody to try to dispute that or try to tell me listen to wisdom. If I didn't have any wisdom, I would have never made it this in the first place, in a good place and in a good spirit, and they feeling good about something. If they telling you something and that they're in a good spirit and they're feeling good about their mission and their purpose, your life is broken. Your heart and spirit are broken. You keep that shit for you. But don't you ever try to break down somebody who is already steadfast and strong in their mission, strong in their purpose, and fully believe in themselves. I don't care if you about to tell me, avoid those. I don't want it. I don't want to hear nothing negative. People have to understand that. If someone were to say that to me, how would I not be able to respect that? If these are words they don't want being professed into their life, their world. There's no argument for that. You can't argue with someone when they say, hey, I don't even want these words manifest in my direction. All you can do is empower what they desire. Don't try to fight or to contest them about what it is that they demand for their lives and their world. You keep what you have for your world to fucking you. Don't you ever try to force no fucking energy on somebody. Are you people out your goddamn minds? You don't believe in yourself? Then keep that shit to your motherfucking self. But if you see a person that's empowered and enlightened and up, then you get on that bandwagon. Don't you ever try to fucking discourage someone from moving forward. Don't you ever do that shit. Those are fighting, threatening fucking words. And I don't want to hear it. I don't have the ears for it. I ain't listening. As soon as you niggas go negative, I cut the mic off on a bitch. Then I drop that motherfucker.